Stay out of it. I take care of it.
What do you mean stay out of it? It's my deal. I set it up.
You're not a negotiator, man, and you know that. Come on, man. You like the ladies more than you like the money. That's your problem, I think.
What the fuck are you talking about, okay? I'm your partner, okay? You're not gonna trust me with that kind of thing. Who the fuck are you gonna trust?
Junior partner.
That's all I do. La música de Harry Scott.
Illegal niggas, but we been legit.
That's all I do.
Off you niggas, I never benefit.
Y'all see it. Y'all see it. I feel like I had to let people know, like, first of all, I'm not ugly. Second of all, like, I just had to let y'all know that I'm not that broke. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Snoopi. We back with another one. Today we got the 6'5" rap bully. Well, I mean, I can't really call him a rapper anymore. I mean, this nigga actually starring in shows that the culture actually fuck with. So, actor. We got Dave East.
Fell in love with guns, watching RoboCop. You was really there, it wasn't Photoshop.
Dave East is an artist for me I can say I always thoroughly enjoyed, mostly because of his ability to welcome me into his world of New York. You know, Harlem to be exact. One of the things I can say always interests me about Dave East is the fact that he came in the game so young and seemed to always still be attached to the generation of rap before him. Me looking back on his first few projects, during the time he entered the game, it really didn't seem like, well, a lot of people would say that New York really didn't have a sound or identity when it came to the world of hip-hop. That time was a little crazy, being that New York is the birthplace of said genre. With him dropping projects like Kari Chanel, it really put people on notice that, you know, this type of rap style is still relevant in this new age of hip-hop. I mean, shit, just look at the 2016 XXL cover. When it came to the freestyles, he stuck out like a sore thumb because the roles were reversed. Fast forwarding from that time, we see where Dave is now in the game. And if you ask me, he's still in a unique spot. With New York exploding with the whole drill scene, Dave again is looking behind the proverbial blinds of his own city. But now with there being artists like Ransom, Griselda, Mac Homie from Jersey, he now has some stilts to stand on as far as light getting shed on his overall talent. He himself coming off a great project with HDIGH, HOFFA, a smooth, laid back, sample heavy, but also gritty and grimy project. I just love the way Dave was able to slither while also stomping his way through Harry's strings and trap drums. Which brings us to HDIGH. How did I get here? Being that Dave is a rapper that tells honest and heartfelt stories, I'm kind of interested to see what part of his life he's going to divulge to us this time around. Now, this project is fully produced by Mike and Keys, which worries me a little bit. Not that I don't like Mike and Keys, not that I don't like them, but it's the fact that they're tailored to mostly West Coast artists. You know, they played a big role in Nipsey Hussle's Victory Lap project. They played a big role in Buddy's last project, Dom Kennedy, go on and on. So I'm interested to see what kind of gumbo they got masked up for us, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be an interesting sound. With all that being said, how did I get here? Y'all let me know if I be talking too much too, because I sometimes I be a little insecure about, you know, if I be talking too much or not. Let me know. I need to throw my Timbs on. 9 songs, 34 minutes. You don't get no better than that. Track 1, Unbelievable. Featuring Method Man. It's different. Got some early scratching.
Raised around, functioning things, that's such a custom scene. Crime family, like the guy NFC. Good morning, America. I'm high as fuck on NBC. How did I get here? Never sold my soul, I read no contract for Illuminati. I illuminate the wrong Sanford. I'm Richard Pryor, Denzel Washington, and the Ray of Anson. I'm David Ruffin, I'm Pee Wee Kirkland, I've seen some churches. I just get it out your brain. EA Sports, when it comes to extortion, it's in the game. Unbelievable. Most of the killers that I know ain't got
Facts. Okay, that's the hook. That's the hook.
Still blowing smoke off the sofa, cheaping off the keys, feel like Sosa.
I just get excited when I hear old niggas come on like they still young. Shout out Method Man, man. Shout out Method Man.
Mimosa, a little food for thought, this is kosher. A gangster and a runner, that's a gopher. Some killer you have a holster. Paper thin like MC Light when she was riding on that train. We are not the same. Hit your Xbox, we are not a game.
I like that scheme right there.
Most of the hitters that I know ain't got no Twitter. Most of the gangsters.
You know, I wish that was the truth. I wish most of the killers didn't have an Instagram, because less niggas will get caught. Right? Definitely a hard-hitting first track. How did he get here? You know, I know that's just a plain statement, but that's basically what he was saying, that it's unbelievable how I got here. He references how he was high as hell on NBC, and he's thinking to himself, how did I get here? You know, he told you. whatever his name was, threw it in 5th gear. I definitely wasn't expecting any scratch on the first track just because, you know, he's coming off potent projects like Karma 3, HOFFA, you know, Survival. He's coming off those projects which didn't have any type of scratching or any type of, you know, undergroundness to it. Undergroundness, whatever. I like the beat even though it's a little simple. I like how it's like LA and New York molded together. You know, I was expecting that from Mike and Keys with some heavy drums, dusty drums. This is the type of verse I want to hear from Method Man when you come on a young man's project like Dave East. You know what I mean? I want you to get 20 to 30 bars off to let these young niggas know I'm a young nigga. You know, to let me know that you was really the truth at one point. You know, you still the truth now based on that verse. You know, I think that was a great piece to add on this first track, even though I don't like features on first tracks. You know, I'd rather just be you because you opening the album up. But I pretty much got what this album is going to be about moving forward. Track 2, 1,000 miles. 1,000 miles and running.
Mike and Keys. Yeah.
Shout out Nip.
So much action on these corners. Mohead came home from a quarter. Even down since 97. Phones is out. Niggas recording. Murder. Never stop getting your papers. Fast break. You got the ball. Just focus up. Score the layup. Celebrate all of your wins. Put on some hold on us. I think I'm Jeff Bezos. Call me Simon. Bitches doing shit just
really?
1,000 miles from home. Still it feel like I'm home. I smell like money. I got on some rich nigga colognes. Call a lawyer. What it's gonna cost to bring my niggas home. I really let the streets so hard to leave that bitch alone. She's taking over. NYPD trying to make their quota. Nigga, you lost. Thought it was coke. They sold you baking soda. I got this tongue inside my body. I just
come on now, you still falling for that shit? This beat is crazy. You can just see how Dave is just slithering his way through it. You know, it's not like the beat is overpowering him or his voice is overpowering the beat.
Niggas knew you all your life. Money make them look at you strange. Can't explain it. 1,000 miles from home. Still it feel like I'm home.
I ain't got money though.
Leave that bitch alone. I really let the streets so hard to leave that bitch alone.
1,000 miles from home, but still I'm home. I get you. Based on these first 2 tracks and this song alone, you can just tell that we're going to get the Dave East that we always want. You know, we ain't getting nothing different. Dave is reminiscing about all the things he did in the streets, and, you know, he's talking about how much he loves it and the fact that you can still smell it on him when he's 1,000 miles away from home. But as a rapper that talks about these kind of things, it's always important to give the other side, and, you know, that's what Dave is giving you in this song as well. He refers to the streets as a bitch, you know, his words, not mine. He's saying he loves the streets so hard, you know, but loving the streets so hard, that comes with some L's. You know, you got to pay these lawyer fees. You know, you're going to have, you know, some of your people that die, you know, every now and then. You know, but he's also, you know, the way he's putting it, you know, he's put it in a way where, you know, he's not glorifying it. I think you can also take the 1,000 miles reference as, you know, it doesn't matter how far I am from home. I'm still going to get that call. You know, I'm still going to have, you know, this funeral to go to. I'm still going to have to pay this, pay that. It doesn't matter where I am. You know, if you love the streets this hard, it's going to come with this. Mike and Keys did their thing on the beat, smooth, but also gritty. A great backdrop for Dave to rap on. Great track playlist. Track 3, Deeper Than Love, featuring Music Soul Child. Music Soul Child been on a lot of shit lately. Not a lot. He just been on Earth Gang Project, but it just seemed like a lot because he ain't been around for a long time. Don't mind me.
Mike and Keys.
I always came with something. Come take a ride around my city in this range or something. We ain't gotta put on makeup, keep it basic for me. We can go to London, we ain't about to hide you. You the type I let the homie see. I'm not with you, I'm riding dope, it be only me.
When you let your homie see your girl, it's over. I feel like it's over after that. You know, when they're a little bit more discreet, where you barely see her, you know, you might see her when y'all go out for drinks every now and then. You might see her, you know what I'm saying, when she come over the crib. But if you just seeing her everywhere you go, it's over for your man. It's over for your mans. He's gone. He's in the wind.
We got our own open flight, and I woke up on Miami Beach. I was taught to get the chicken, give your man a piece.
Baby, you know what's mine is yours, and girl, what's yours is mine.
Why is Music Soul Child messing it up for the rest of us? I never said this is yours. He talking about yours is mine, mine is yours. No, mine is mine. Mine is mine, Music Soul Child. I like the production on this joint. There's not nothing that we haven't heard from Dave East, but, you know, I like the upbeat vibe we getting because the first 2 tracks was a little, you know, the fact that it was a little bit more on the grimy side. You know, smooth but still grimy, but this is straight smooth right here. You know, I'm cha-cha slide. I don't know why I said that, but, you know, this make me want to cha-cha slide.
Got a glass of red wine from 1989. Get the stroller from Lucas.
That red wine a killer. Get the red wine. I'm helping you. I love this hook. That's more from Music Soul Child, but I did like Dave East part 2. But Music Soul Child showed his ass. I'm sorry. Definitely was better than that shit that was on the Earth Game project, because it just seemed like he was just put in place. It seemed like it was a record that they sent to him and was like, hey, just put this on there. But it seemed like a song that was actually cultivated with Dave and Music Soul Child together. And this is what you get when you're in the studio with Music Soul Child. Dave is essentially explaining all the things that are deeper than love. We ain't worried about your problems because we got our own. That's deeper than love. Bringing your girl around your friends and having slumber parties and shit. That's deeper than love. And when you pull out the red wine, you can't tell me that's not deeper than love. Like, you only pull out the red wine for them ones. This is a great track because you can play it in multiple places. With it being a rap track, it's not nothing pop. It's not nothing reggaeton. You know, you can play this in the blues club when they giving spoken word. You know, you can play this at the beach. You can play this at a cookout. You can play this anywhere. That's going on the playlist, but I ain't gonna tell y'all which one. You know, some of y'all below 18. Not that, you know, y'all below 18 not fucking or nothing like that, but, you know, I'm gonna be responsible. Track 4, After Taxes. I ain't gonna cap. Tax season been...
Whatever you making, they need a piece of it. Hit your account up daily till they receiving it. Decide not to pay, I probably leave the country. Ask how they place one. They try to...
They on to you now, Dave. You can't do that. You can't be like Benny telling them where your plugs are. You know, we not doing that in New York too. Well, Benny from New York too.
I ain't all your niggas that everybody fresh. Middle cash ain't nothing after taxes. You make it. Then they try to jerk you like they know you like Jamaican. Don't be late on them payments. Made my first million and I got interrogated. Then they try to jerk you like they know you like Jamaican. Don't be late on them payments.
He said it again.
First million and I got interrogated.
I don't like that track because I know Dave is great at storytelling, and I know he can do a better job at talking about what he was trying to get to, which is taxes. You know, taxes take shit from people. You know, I know he can get deeper into that concept. The platform he's laying out has already been laid out plenty of times and better. You know, J. Cole's brackets. Even though Cole is a totally different artist, I feel like when you get a record like that, and I know he heard that record, you got to do something at least at that level or better. You know, and I feel like Dave could have done a way better job at that, you know, explaining the whole taxes situation. It just seemed a little surface level and skin deep to me. The beat was hard though, and the song wasn't long enough. I feel like he didn't give him enough time, enough space, I would say, to lay out a full story. Song 5, John Lennon featuring Anthony Hamilton. Hey, what's going on with the neo soul shit, man? Like everybody getting into their neo soul bag now. Where's Lauryn Hill? Where's Erykah Badu? We got Jill Scott on Conway's project. We got Music Soul Child on Earth Game project. We got Music Soul Child on this, and he got Anthony Hamilton. Come on, we got to get the real legends. Not the real legends. Damn, I'm being disrespectful.
It was 1 year ago, almost to the hour, that a lone gunman waited for his hero.
Yeah, John Lennon with the fame. I pray a fan don't take me out.
I knew he was going there with that. I knew he was going there.
Evidently, it's nothing close to my glow. I've seen roaches, not beetles. Roaches, not eagles.
I'm kind of exposing where I'm from right now. But Beef and Broccoli's, if you don't know about those, look them up. Look them up. They ain't the regular Tims you see niggas win. You know, these are the exclusives.
Gladys Knight voice echoing through the suite. Hard to sleep when the woman you got with you is a freak. Take a break, get something to eat. Same cook with the fame. I pray a bitch don't take me out. Or should I know? Black rain like Michael Douglas, stained glass window.
I like how you flipped it.
I hope the money don't take me out like Lennon. I hope the homeless don't take me out.
F is for the fake friends, forcing the way they feeling. A for all the avenues, arrogant niggas chilling. M, let's make an M. The haters coming regardless. Things didn't really change from them days when we wasn't shit. The ones that know your government the first to do some sucker shit. I can't go out like Kurt Cobain. I got too much to give.
See, this is more like it. The storytelling, the imagery, the building blocks. You know, like, this is Dave East right here. He starts off the song, I hope a fan don't take me out. You know, I knew he was going somewhere with the whole fan, because, you know, a fan killed John Lennon. You know, they say it's a fan, but how much of a fan are you if you really just shot this nigga? Then he makes the transition from fans to family to fake friends to women. You know, anything that can potentially, you know, help you come to your early demise. I like the way he layered everything through the song. It's essentially like a car going, you know, forward, full speed ahead. You know, he's not looking back in the rear view. You know, it's not a story that goes back and forth. I don't know if it's me and my young nigga energy because, you know, I heard Anthony Hamilton when I was a kid. You know, my mom was playing his CDs throughout the house. And for some reason, like, it just feel like his voice don't hit the same. I know he's a little older. Well, not a little older. He old, but, you know, I know his voice is going to deteriorate a little bit. But, you know, it just seemed like this song really didn't need him. It probably needed a singer, but I feel like Anthony Hamilton wasn't the right choice for this specific track, in my opinion. I love the way he spelled out fame and used the words to reference everything that can potentially lead you to death. You know, I know it's a crazy concept, but that's what makes Dave so great, to be able to tie those two things together. Track 6, No Cocaine, featuring Kalan.FrFr. I hope I said that right.
On the shit I say, not nothing like these names. Fame ain't changed with timeless flows. Hollywood nights with no cocaine. Took the train, I got Pepsi on.
This drop better be worth it. Come on.
I got it tatted on me next to Pop. Bodegas, I'm trying to hold this. The Bonneville, I think I got it at auction. Nobody talk like I'm told. Ain't nothing that's like a New Yorker. Never know what it's gonna cost. Never beg for nothing, not even your partner. Until I got the calls I ever wanted to drive. Parked up in all my garages. The back of New Yorker. Never know what it's gonna cost you. Maybe your life. I've been just trying to be nice. I hope that you like what I bought.
Ooh.
In the grass is colorful. Found my blessings when God cleared my soul.
I don't like that the flow stopped for this, but okay.
Or Brandon roided up. Their favorite rapper did the wrong interview. They exploited it. Who got my back?
I love the concept of this track as well. Dave essentially talking about he's worked so hard to get to this point, right? But all these things below him, the things that's pulling them down, you know, that's the things that that's what he's expressing in this track right here, I feel. Hence to the name No Cocaine. I like how he brought that title full circle, you know, with him saying, I'm going through all this stress, but I never touched the white. Within all that, he's talking about the things he confides in, you know, when he's going through stress. He might confide in these particular drugs over here, but I didn't touch them. I like the reference with Pimp C and Bun B. You know, he says that he got them on repeat while he's sipping his syrup. You know, that's a hard line, though. I don't think people know how deep that line is based on the fact that, you know, what happened to Pimp C. Whenever somebody references Pimp C, I always take that into account, and it always hits me hard, just based on the fact that, you know, like I said, he died from lean, and, you know, the fact that these kids out here still drinking it, not kids, because I'm young too, the fact that, you know, everybody out here still drinking it, knowing that the fact that this killed this person, well, we don't know. Let me just say that we don't know if it killed them. The fact that you can still drown in your sorrows knowing that this potentially happened to this person, you know, it's definitely hard hitting for me. The same thing with pills and any other type of drug. You know, if it essentially kills somebody that was close to you, you know, and you still doing it, you know, that really just shows me that pain is deeper than what meets the eye. I'm not going to act like Dave is a superstar rapper and can get all these, you know, great singers on a record. But, you know, the dude Kalan.FrFr, I think I'm saying your name. I hope so. I ain't trying to disrespect you, my boy. I feel like I've already heard that specific sound already before. You know, it's cool that he just had him on the hook part, but, you know, it just seemed like it prolonged the song. You know, it's another song where I feel like he should have got somebody with a stronger voice or just had himself on the record. Track 7, Crash Out, featuring Houston legend, Trae the Truth.
16 years old, somebody asked me.
Good day.
I hope I don't crash out. I hope I don't crash out. I hope I don't crash out. Said I hope I don't crash out.
Yeah, I knew Mike and Keys was gonna come with something like this. This is a straight LA vibe right here. This is no New York attached to it at all.
Got the fuck away from niggas that never was telling on shit. 7 days, it took me to cook. First just hitting, I could play.
Best thing to do.
Breaking shit up. Ain't no way. I'm making my pass. I ain't really care about nothing. We're counting cash. Moving the traffic, just trying to get past. Full up the gas. I hope I don't crash. I hope I don't crash out. I hope I don't crash out.
I hope I don't crash out.
On the play go, I get two, put it up and lay low. I used to be a looking for money. I probably would've crashed out, but I wasn't the dummy. I wasn't looking for the baby. But we know the spray is, we know the stay. I ain't gonna walk away trying to fuck with Trae.
Making my pass. I ain't really care about nothing. We're counting cash. Moving the traffic, trying to get past. Full up the gas. I hope I don't crash out. I hope I don't crash out. I hope I don't crash out. Said I hope I don't crash out. Make some cash out. $500,000 in the stash house. Bitch, I'm rolling like Stackhouse. And the guy in the jackpot, they doing they.
When you first start the song, right, you don't know what the beat is going to build into. But once you get to the hook portion of the song and you feel that, you know, yeah, bro, that hit different.
Trying to get past. Full up the gas. I hope I don't crash out. I hope I don't crash out.
That was a fun but also serious track. The whole vibe of the production, I just get straight LA, but as soon as Dave come on, he just reel you right back to New York. Nah, we over here with it. I'm probably a little late to the party as far as the track listing goes because I'm on song 8 now. I'm about to be on song 8, but I'm just now getting the gist of what this whole project is about fully. Dave being real particular about his surroundings. You know, everything around him he's talking about in this song. You know, I hope I don't crash out because of this, because of that, because my homie did this, or because, you know, I'm from this. It's crazy because with Dave's storytelling, he's able to talk about himself in third person, but also speaking about himself in first person, all in the same track. It seems like Dave doesn't trust himself enough to be able to walk away from these specific situations he's talking about. You know, I hope I don't crash out because my friend got killed. It's hard to not put yourself back in those specific shoes as a street dude as he was. I think on the other side of the spectrum, he's also being smart about it, because I feel if Dave is aware enough to put this in the song, I feel he's aware enough to not crash out. But then again, you never know. In real time, shit happen in real time. And all that, he's also speaking about the people he had to leave behind because they weren't talking about anything. They weren't offering any good things in his life. You know, they weren't pointing him in the right direction. They wanted to keep him down. You know what I'm saying? Keep him down. Dave has also told these stories before, but, you know, in the context of the album, I see where it fits. Trae the Truth, he got one of the best rap voices of all time. And that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? He's not the best rapper. Just his whole aura, his whole vibe, his whole grizzly presence he brings. It just brings a different type of feeling to the track. You know, like I said, this is a LA vibe, but if he was playing this, you know, with straight Trae the Truth on it, you know, you probably couldn't play it in LA. But the way it's mixed so perfectly together, and, you know, Trae the Truth, he actually put a good verse on that motherfucker. Like, it wasn't a weak verse at all. Him explaining the way he's climbed to where he is now. You know, he said, I used to put the duffel bag over the Draco. We all know what happens when drug deals go down. I'm going to say that's my favorite track on the album so far. I'm not going to lie. Track 8, Don't Let Me Down, featuring Benny the Butcher.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
What the fuck is this? This voice sounds good.
I know the feeling when you see it, but you wanna touch it. You wanna taste it. German model cars, you wanna race it. Gotta situate your brothers, they might be your crutches. I'ma take my time and ain't no point in rushing.
Gotta separate your brothers, they can be your crutches. I don't need to say too much about that line.
The judge can take your time and got no time for wasting. They set the standards to the hospital, I'm just trying to raise them.
Oh, damn. I didn't even know it was another feature. That's who you are. Stephen Young, that's you singing? Okay, I'm sorry, Stephen Young. I didn't know you was on the song.
So show me, I'm the one and only. Cut ties with bars, most of them switched on me. You're not a stallion, bitch, you just a one-trick pony. I'm living in it. In the streets, I kinda hit a brick wall. Had to sit a minute. You know the cases I talk, they hurt. Reach up for help, I'm gonna ignore it. Your family or your sanity, what's more important?
Short verse from Benny.
Niggas born with different ways. When it's lit, they block 100 different days. To appreciate the sun, you gotta feel the rain.
If you ask me, Stephen Young should be singing on this whole album. Like, if this who you got in the tuck, come on now. Come on. You can't give us Anthony Hamilton. No disrespect. No disrespect, Anthony. My mom used to play you all the time. I did say that, didn't I? I like where I'm at. I don't need a different lane. You know, that's speaking to, you know, kind of what I was speaking to, you know, at the beginning of this video, where I say, you know, Dave isn't held to a high regard the way he should have, should be, I should say. I always wonder when artists say that, do they actually mean it? Because there's always room for you to get bigger, right? But you say you're comfortable where you are, you know, so I'm wondering if he's content of where he is or he's just comfortable. I like where he's going with this track as well, talking about the people that let him down in the past, the people that potentially may let him down in the future. Basically, this song is telling them people, get away from me if you're not all in, because I don't have any more space in my heart to be let down again. This isn't a slight to Dave, but Benny's verse really made me realize that it's an absence of bars, or punchlines, I should say, in this record. With this project, it seems that Dave is more equipped to storytelling than he is to bar you to death. And which, you know, I'm not mad about, because we know Dave has bars. You know, we know he can storytell as well, but, you know, with different projects, we always get a different side of Dave. You know, you might get both, you know, which was HOFFA. To me, this is one of the better tracks on this project. Great verse from Benny, great background vocals, great singing from Stephen Young. I hope I said that right. You know, I'm not good with names. But yeah, man, overall great track. Track 9, Gregory Hines. If you don't know who Gregory Hines is, go look him up. The best tap dance. Well, he wasn't a tap dancer. He was like a choreographer or some shit. See, I don't even know who he is. Look at me talking. Featuring Onlyifwevibe.
I like this vibe, Mike.
Me too.
He was playing for this time and on nights I was staying. Bullets ain't got no names. I keep Nipsey on my playlist. It was like 11th grade. Wonder where they go when they leave us. You rarely seen us. If they call hearts on Paul Paris. Peace of mind we all cherish. One day we gon' all perish. No matter what happened, I just made it happen. No matter what happened, I just made it happen. Shadow, the story never changed. Niggas coming out, some going out. Only the weather change. Sunny is storm. Just made it happen. No matter what happened, I just made it happen. I don't mind sacrificing. At no time right now.
That's kind of what I was talking about throughout this whole album. Dave is great on hooks because it goes along with his whole style. You know, it probably won't be great for somebody else, but the way Dave comes on hooks, you know, it just makes the song flow that much better. I like, you know, some of the times when he breaks up, you know, the song with these singing parts, you know, it really doesn't come off as authentic. But I like the way he used Onlyifwevibe, the way he alternated the hooks. So I feel like that's a little different. A lot of people don't do that. Based on the storytelling and the way it summed up this whole project for me, this is one of my favorite tracks, sonically and lyrically. Based on the content of these 9 tracks, I don't think you could have named this album any better than How Did I Get Here. From the first track, he already gives you a glimpse of where he's going with the project, but I didn't know he was going to get this deeply into it. I think Dave is literally asking himself the question, how did I get here? Like, he's really trying to figure this shit out. You know, all the things that he's been through up until this point. You know, a lot of people don't make it out. I feel like everything he's talking about in these tracks is relatable to a certain extent to somebody. You know, you don't have to be in the streets. You don't have to have been through the same thing he's went through. But, you know, just the shit he's talking about with fake friends. You know, the things he's talking about with watch out for the women. The things he's talking about, family isn't always there. You know, these things come together to create a piece of art where he's saying, you know, how did I get here when I didn't have these things? You know, how did I get here when I had fake friends? How did I get here when family didn't really help me get to this point? You know, how did I get here when some of these women snaked me? If you're a person that listens to Dave East's music, you know this isn't anything that he hasn't talked about already before, but it's just amazing to me that he's able to relive these on tracks, relive these situations. The way this album was put together and cultivated is really interesting to me because it's put together like an early 2000s album. You know, when you have the male rap and the female sing, you know what I mean? But I like how Dave mixed it up with us and he put a lot of the males on here to sing. You know, there's no females on here singing at all. Even though I didn't like much of the singing on here from Kalan and Anthony Hamilton, you know, I really did like the way he broke up the tracks. You know, even though I think somebody else should have been put in that position. And honestly, you didn't even need a female. You could have just had Stephen Young do all the hooks on this joint, and I'd have been cool. I love the way Dave used a title as an outline to be able to tell all these stories leading up to How Did I Get Here. You know what I mean? Because, you know, when you label an album like this or a project like this, you know, people want to know, how did you get here? And I think Dave did a great job of that only in 9 songs. I think that's because he's told these stories before. He even slid a little love track in there for us so we won't be too depressed by listening to this album. You know, it didn't really make me depressed, but just seeing what Dave has been through to get to this point, you know, it's always a great story to tell. You know what I mean? It's always a great story for him to tell. And I think that's why he's still relevant in this space now, because he's great at that. He's great as being an author. And to be honest, in my opinion, there's not too many artists out here that can storytell like Dave. Mike and Keys did their thing with the production. I think they did a great job of laying the pavement for Dave to walk on. You know what I mean? And, you know, it just seems so effortless to Dave, you know, over these beats. You know, even though he hasn't done a project with Mike and Keys before, it just seemed like they've been working together for a long time. I love the Trae Truth feature. I love the Benny feature. I love the Onlyifwevibe feature. Who else is on? Music Soul Child showed up. You know what I mean? Music Soul Child actually put together a record with Dave. And I feel like that was needed in this space. With this project, I think Dave truly wanted people to know where he came from. Dave just wanted to put his scabs and bruises on display for the people that's around him and for the people that listen to his music, because it's a lot of shots to the people that's around him. Not now, but the people that were around him. You know what I mean? We don't want people around that just talk about anything. We don't want people around that's going to go shoot up this block. You know, we don't want that. You know, we moving in a different direction. And I think this is a big weight for Dave to get let off his shoulders. I said that wrong as hell, damn. This is really just a first person's album from a third person's perspective. And like I said, that's where Dave is truly gifted, in my opinion, the way he can just tell stories out of his body, with him also being the main character in the story. But yeah, man, I think that's all I got. If I got any more shit, I'll just post another video. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I'm Snoopi. That's Dave East. How did I get here? You know what I mean? I still can't say the acronym, but that's on me. That's on me. Real short and concise project from Dave. You know, I can go smoke now. But yeah, man, appreciate all the love and support. You know how I'm coming. I'm coming right back. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But love y'all, man. I'm gone. I'm Snoopi. We gone.